Hi guys, Yuliya here. So I decided to do a mid-July garden tour. I was not originally going to do that because I didn't think there were going to be enough flowers, but actually things are coming in and then they fade, so I'm afraid that I'm not going to catch some of the things. So I'm just going to do this kind of abridged garden tour and show you some of the things that are blooming right now. The time of the day is like this golden hour and it's absolutely gorgeous outside. It rained yesterday, so everything is looking nice and fresh. So let me show you around. All right, so this is the view of the backyard, dramatic reveal. The light is amazing. Our little seating area on the right. I will go over some plants over there, but I just wanted to show you these begonias here and this impatiens. This is like the vertical kind of impatiens, very unusual. So the little seating area, the roses are still in bloom and the light is amazing. Now these pots right here, there's a Caladium, Tyrannia, Euphorbia, and Browalia. And the Caladium pink actually matches the rose pink. It was really hard to find kind of like a shade plant that had that rose color in it. So this is a Caladium Rose Glow and it's really pretty. I love it. Look at the euchre blooming. Oh, so pretty. Now Browalia, these beautiful blue flowers. Little white dot in it. Really pleased with the way it turned out. There's another pot with elephant ear. Now I just wanted to show you this, the pond area. I don't know if I've ever gone into details about the fish and how I put it together. That's kind of a separate video. But I wanted to talk a little bit about this pot over here. So this is elephant ear, Mojito, and Papyrus. And I had them in separate pots and they kept falling down in the pond. So I actually put them in one big pot. And it's a black pot, so it's kind of inconspicuous. And you can see the fish are like going crazy. And I stuck like a water lily in there, so it's actually really a pretty composition right here. These leaves are unbelievable. Really pleased. Now those are northern sea oats, and I love when the light hits them. Those little seed heads sparkle. And so I think this is it for the backyard highlights. Actually, there's one more area. This is the flower garden, still kind of coming in into its own. And I love these feverfews. They seeded themselves everywhere. And it's just so pretty. So that I have few flowers blooming. I planted some Echinacea in here. You can probably see my shadow, I'm sorry. But again, the light is so beautiful. That's a Hyacinth Vine. I made a mistake by planting it on this fence. I thought it was going to run along the fence, and it kind of keeps going up and up instead. All right, so this, another view. Oh, look at the bee. Hi, bee. So everything is doing really well. I can't wait for the asters to bloom. And then the alyssum is doing great. And this area right here, there was a big, giant pine that we took down 2 days ago. So I left this garden unattended for the entire spring. Here, I'll show you the stump. Right here. Ta-da! You see how big this was? So I left the stump because I'm going to grow some mushrooms on it once it starts decaying. This is going to be a little experiment, but this is like no man's land. I don't know what to do with this. If you have any idea on what to do with this garden, it gets sun, like partial sun during the day. Maybe I can like kind of continue the flower garden. I don't know. We'll see. Again, the light. Hi, doggy. Hi. Okay, so we're in the front yard now, and the Cleomes are thriving. And they only will get bigger as the season progresses. The one thing happens to them is they get crinkly and kind of like fold their flowers when it's really hot outside. It was in the 90s today, so they protect themselves that way, and they do unfold as the weather cools down. But still gorgeous, gorgeous flowers. One of my top favorite, and I love the seed pods. How cool are they? Now Henry is still blooming. This is Clematis Henry. And this is our sidewalk that I hope my neighbors won't complain, but I actually cut down tons of flowers yesterday and put them in a bouquet. It rained yesterday, so everything was on the sidewalk. But here, I wanted you to see these lilies. I think if I did a garden tour in a week, these would be gone. They're actually on the way out already, but these are highly scented. So when people walk by, I hope they enjoy it. This is a switchgrass. Absolutely love this Shenandoah switchgrass here. And more lilies. This clematis still keep going and going. Now the Pye Weed is insane this year. It's probably like 6.5 feet tall. I don't know if it's the Milorganite that I've been using or the wet spring or summer. I don't know, but it's never been this tall. I love it. It's one of my favorite native plants. If you are into native, put this on your plant list for sure. This is the view from the other side. Just so pretty. And this is kind of the overview of the border. We got the bee balm going, we have Phlox, we have a Panicle Hydrangea. I need to cut that catmint right there, but this hydrangea has like the largest blossoms this year. I still have dahlias that are going to come in. This hibiscus is going to come in, and the Echinacea and the Shasta Daisy are going bonkers. And of course, huge pollinators. The Echinacea, just such a beautiful and useful plant for the pollinators. All right, the other side of the border, and I actually finally gave in and I installed drip irrigation. You know, I watered my garden by hand for years, for the last 10 years. So I'm actually gonna install some irrigation finally to save me some time. So it's a smart thing. You know, I try to go with more like low water plants, but we had a drought last year and the year before. So yeah, if I want beautiful flowers, I'm probably gonna have to water now. So the other side of the border, you could see I have some dahlias. This is a lavender perfection. And look at this composition together. Oh, we have a kitty. Hi. There's some lilies blooming. This is Snow Country Dahlia. A really good friend gave this to me. Thank you, Patty. They are huge. Look at these beauties. Oh, so pretty. So I actually planted them in front of this arborvitae, so it looks really great with that dark background. So this is the other side of the border. Oh, by the way, that is our neighbor's house. I actually designed their front and their walkway as well. So it's kind of like my garden too. Anyway, this is the Panicle Hydrangea, oops, from the other side. And we have this Phlox has been going crazy, blooming, really fragrant. The bee balm, Queen of the Prairie are on the way out, but I love these seed heads. This whole composition, the Pye Weed, this is Morning Light Miscanthus, this is October Glory Aster. Obviously it will come in October. And this is the other side of the Green River, as we call it. It actually looks really great from the other side. The shade garden is thriving. The Echinacea are doing great. Everything's doing really well. I've had some insect problems like earwigs or beetles on my lilies, but other than that, everything is being okay. And this is one of my favorite areas. This is the kitchen door garden, and that right there is not for me. This is for one of my clients, and this is the kitty. And whenever I get plants for my clients, I'm like, I'm keeping this. I love this. I'm gonna keep this in my garden. Look how pretty this combo is. So I'm doing 2 pots for her. They're really big pots. So I'm gonna do these petunias and actually put in some basil. That is the most beautiful basil I've ever seen. But I can't really grow these because I don't have enough sun for petunias like this. Anyway, back to my garden. The pots are doing really great, and you know, the potato vine is taking over, and the elephant ears, oh my goodness, so pretty. And this whole area is brand new, and it's okay. It's kind of struggling right now because I just put it in like 2 weeks ago, and the iceberg roses get the scorching sun in the afternoon, so they droop, and so is Gara right there, but they'll get used to it. They're tough. There's some euphorbia again, Roseanne, one of my favorites. But look at that, those white roses when they're full grown. Oh, and this hibiscus started to bloom, so look at this. Those iceberg roses are so pretty. More Cleomes. And I just wanted to show you the Green River from this angle. I love this curve. You have to be generous with your curves in the garden. If you do a curve, do like a big one. Okay guys, so this is it for this quick garden tour. Maybe it wasn't that quick, but there was a lot to see, and I'm looking at this one pot right now. I'm like, I gotta show that too, but Anyway, I don't want to take any more of your time. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, post them in the comment section below. And I'll see you next time. Bye.